Live, Kelly Ripa puts New York kids on blast in on-air tirade. Kelly Ripa, the longtime co-host of Live with Kelly and Mark, is never one to hold back her opinions, especially when something strikes a nerve. On a recent episode of the morning talk show, the usually bubbly TV personality surprised her audience with an unexpected on-air tirade aimed squarely at New York City kids. Her remarks, which quickly became the talk of social media, revealed a blend of frustration, humor, and disbelief as she recounted her personal experiences with the city's youth. It all started as a lighthearted segment about city life, a topic Ripa often brings up given her decades of living in Manhattan. She and her husband, Mark Consuelos, who now co-hosts the show alongside her, were discussing daily challenges of urban living. But the conversation took an unexpected turn when Ripa began venting about the entitlement and rudeness she has noticed among younger New Yorkers. "Let me just say," Ripa began, her tone sharp but measured, "I love this city. I've raised my kids here, but what is going on with these kids today? They have no manners, no patience, and zero respect for adults." The audience laughed at first, assuming it was another one of Ripa's exaggerated, comedic rants. But as she continued, it became clear she wasn't entirely joking. "I hold doors open for kids now, and they just breeze through like I'm their personal doorman," she added, waving her hand for emphasis. "Not even a thank you. Nothing. I'm like, excuse me, you're welcome. I didn't have to hold that door open for you while you're scrolling through TikTok." Consuelos chuckled and tried to interject, but Ripa was on a roll. "You know, I grew up in a time when we said please and thank you. We respected people older than us. But now? Half of these kids would rather walk into traffic than make eye contact with another human being." The moment instantly resonated with many parents watching at home, especially those raising children in New York City or other large urban areas. Social media platforms were soon flooded with clips of Ripa's monologue, with some viewers applauding her honesty and others accusing her of being out of touch or too harsh. A city veteran with strong opinions, Kelly Ripa's relationship with New York City runs deep. She has lived there for more than 3 decades, raising her 3 children, Michael, Lola, and Joaquin, in the heart of Manhattan. Over the years, she has often spoken about the joys and challenges of urban parenting, from navigating the school system to managing her children's independence. In her on-air tirade, she made it clear that her frustration came not from dislike, but from concern. "It's not about being mean," she clarified later in the segment. "It's about having basic human decency. We all share the same city. If everyone just said thank you once in a while, maybe we'd all be in a better mood." She even joked that her own kids weren't immune to her criticism. "I've yelled at my kids for not saying thank you. Believe me, they've heard it all from me. I'm not exempting them. If anything, they got the brunt of it first." Mark Consuelos' reaction. Mark Consuelos, ever the calm counterbalance to Ripa's fiery personality, smiled through much of her speech. He gently tried to steer the conversation toward humor, saying, "Well, Kel, maybe they're just shy," which only earned him a sharp glance from his wife. "Shy? They're not shy, Mark. They're rude," Ripa quipped, prompting a wave of laughter from the audience. "I've seen shy. This is not shy. This is a whole new level of obliviousness." Despite their playful back and forth, the couple's chemistry remained intact. Consuelos even admitted that he had noticed the same behavior at times. "You know, I did hold the door for a group of teenagers the other day, and yeah, they walked through like it was their job. Not one thank you." To that, Ripa triumphantly replied, "See, I told you. It's not just me being cranky. It's real." Viewers react, a divided debate. Following the broadcast, Ripa's remarks sparked an intense debate online. Many parents and older viewers expressed agreement, saying they, too, had noticed a decline in manners among younger generations. One commenter on X, formerly Twitter, wrote, "Kelly Ripa is absolutely right. Kids today act like they're owed the world. A little gratitude goes a long way." Another added, "I live in New York, and she's not exaggerating. I see it every day on the subway. No respect, no awareness, just earbuds and attitude." However, not everyone saw it that way. Some younger viewers pushed back, arguing that Ripa was unfairly generalizing. Maybe the kids she's talking about are just tired or distracted, one user commented. Adults do the same thing all the time, but when kids do it, suddenly it's the end of manners. Others pointed out that Ripa's own generation isn't immune to bad behavior. Every generation complains about the next, wrote one critic. It's kind of a rite of passage at this point. Still, the fact that her rant went viral shows how her words struck a chord, not just as a celebrity soundbite, but as a reflection of a broader cultural shift. Kelly's parenting style. Those who follow Ripa's public life know that she's fiercely protective and outspoken about her family. She often uses her platform to discuss parenting challenges, admitting that raising 3 kids in the public eye hasn't been easy. During her rant, Ripa alluded to how her own children were taught to be polite. When my kids were little, I drilled those manners into them, she said with a laugh. If they forgot to say thank you, I'd make them turn around and say it properly, even if it meant embarrassing them a little. That's how they learn. Her parenting philosophy has always emphasized accountability, gratitude, and humility, values she feels are being lost in the modern age of social media. Everyone wants to be famous, but no one wants to be kind, she said at one point during her monologue. It's like being nice is seen as old-fashioned now. Humor and honesty. What makes Kelly Ripa's rants so memorable is the way she blends frustration with humor. Even as she delivered her critique, her signature comedic timing was on full display. At one point, she mimicked a teenager walking with AirPods in, pretending to ignore everyone around her. The audience erupted in laughter as she dramatically reenacted trying to get a thank you from a kid too busy checking their phone. I swear, she said, laughing, I could be on fire and they'd just walk right past me because they're watching some guy do a dance on TikTok. Her ability to make light of her grievances while still driving home a serious point is part of what makes her so relatable. Even when she's annoyed, viewers can see themselves in her frustrations. A cultural commentary. Beneath the laughter, Ripa's tirade touched on something deeper, the growing disconnect between generations in today's digital world. As technology increasingly shapes how young people communicate, many older generations feel that basic social skills are being lost. Ripa's rant can be seen as a reflection of that broader anxiety. It's not just about kids being rude, it's about how modern culture has reshaped human interaction. In cities like New York, where life moves at a relentless pace, those small gestures of courtesy can feel like rare luxuries.